Welcome back to the Computing for All AI Frontier, the podcast where we break down concepts in artificial intelligence in a way that's easy to understand.
Today, we're diving into the world of generative AI, or Gen AI for short. It's a buzzword we hear everywhere, but what exactly does it mean, and why is it so important?
Exactly. Generative AI refers to artificial intelligence systems that can create original content, whether it's text, images, video, audio, or even software code, based on user prompts. It's different from traditional AI, which mainly focuses on analyzing data and making predictions.
Right, and at the heart of generative AI are deep learning models, advanced algorithms that mimic human brain functions to recognize patterns in massive data sets. This is what allows models like ChatGPT to generate human-like text, or tools like DALL-E to create stunning images from scratch.
Speaking of ChatGPT, 2022 was a game changer with its release.
Right. It made generative AI accessible to the masses. Remember, businesses quickly jumped on board, exploring how they could use it to improve workflows, enhance products, and boost productivity.
In early 2024, based on McKinsey Global Survey on AI, 65% of organizations were regularly using GenAI. That was nearly double the percentage from their previous survey just 10 months before that.
Fascinating. That's a huge shift. But let's break it down further. How does generative AI actually work?
Good question. The process has three key phases: training, tuning, and generation.
Okay, so how does training work?
This is where a deep learning model, often called a foundation model, learns by processing massive amounts of unstructured data. It plays a sort of fill-in-the-blank game, predicting the next word in a sentence, the next pixel in an image, or even the next line of code. Consider the training phase as the model is growing up learning from data.
Wow. So training is like how humans get trained over time?
Exactly.
So then what is tuning?
Here, the foundation model is fine-tuned for specific applications. Developers feed it labeled datasets to refine its outputs based on your organizational data.
Okay, so fine-tuning makes the general model more relevant for a specific organization.
Yes, and also for specific tasks like customer service, medical diagnosis, or creative writing, whichever is needed for that organization.
Got it. Then what is generation? Is it when the fine-tuned model is in action?
Yes, the generation phase is precisely what you just said.
Okay,
The fine-tuned AI generates responses. By the way, the outputs should be continually evaluated and refined to improve accuracy and quality.
so we cannot just leave the model under full operational phase?
I mean, we can, but we shouldn't. And beyond fine-tuning, there's also reinforcement learning with human feedback, where human testers rate AI-generated content, helping the model learn what works best. Some models even use retrieval-augmented generation, which lets them pull in external information beyond what they were originally trained on.
Awesome. Now let's talk about the different types of generative AI models and how they've evolved over time.
The earliest ones were variational autoencoders, or VAE, useful for compressing and reconstructing data, but not great for creating truly novel content.
I also heard about one called GAN.
Yes, after VAE, then came generative adversarial networks, or GANs, which use two neural networks, a generator and a discriminator, that compete against each other to produce high-quality images, videos, and even deepfakes.
Intimidating. And of course, we now have something called transformers, which revolutionized generative AI.
Yes, Transformer is the architecture behind models like GPT-4, BERT, and Google Gemini. Transformers use a mechanism called attention, which helps them process entire sequences of text at once, rather than one word at a time. That's why they generate such coherent and context-aware responses.
I see. Now, let's talk about the different applications of generative AI.
Gen AI is making waves in multiple industries. AI is helping businesses draft emails, generate reports, and even create marketing copy. Tools like Midjourney and Stable Diffusion allow designers to create high-quality visuals instantly.
Wow.
Yes, AI can compose music, generate voiceovers, and even mimic human speech convincingly.
Scary.
AI-powered coding assistants can generate, debug, and optimize code, speeding up software development. GenAI is being used to create synthetic medical images for research and even design new drug molecules.
That's a long list. But shouldn't we also keep in mind the risks and challenges?
Absolutely, we should. Generative AI is powerful, but it's not perfect. One major concern is AI hallucinations.
What is that?
In AI hallucinations, AI generates completely false but convincing information.
Really?
There have been cases where AI-created documents cited non-existent publications. misuse. There's also bias in AI models. If the training data contains biases, the AI will reflect them in its outputs. Developers must work hard to make these models fair and unbiased. And also, there are security risks,
Like?
such as deepfakes and AI-generated phishing emails. As the technology advances, we need strong safeguards to prevent misuse.
So what does the future hold for generative AI?
We're likely to see even smarter AI tools with better reasoning capabilities, stronger ethics safeguards, and more applications in creative fields, business automation, and scientific discovery. And as AI becomes more integrated into our lives, the challenge will be ensuring it's used ethically and responsibly. But one thing is for sure, generative AI is here to stay, and it's transforming the way we work, create, and interact with technology.
Well, that's a wrap for today's episode. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, send them to us via the comments section. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.